biggest reasons the Cowboys lost?
Well, I'm first. I thought Skip would attack this thing first. I got it, Skip. Don't kick me off the show today, Skip.
All right, I won't. You get to stay the whole show today.
All right, for sure. Hey, I got to put it on the defense, man. I got to put it on the defense. You give up 44 points in the biggest game of the season, that's all bad. But more specifically, the secondary. Yo, guy, Skip. Revel, am I saying his name right? Revel?
Mm-hmm. Revel.
Yep.
Revel struggled, man. In man and zone. And he had the big PI before the half, man. The same drop, maybe the next play or the play before. He falls down while backpedaling, man. Like that should have been a touchdown. Gerald sailed that one out of bounds. After Dak throw the pick to start the third, in the red zone, they play cover 4. They run a simple switch release. He just freeze. Like, what the hell, Rebel? Like, man, he struggled all the way around. Maybe he heard Skip piping his head up. I don't know what it was, but he definitely struggled. Bland struggled, man. Bland got put on the ground by Gibbs on third down.
Broke his ankle on that play.
Man, tore his ankles up, man. And the dagger, he way too soft on the bang route. Like, you way too soft. From that split, you should know it's St. Brown. He's not going deep. You backpedaling like he finna run by you. So he way too soft on the dagger bang route in the fourth quarter, man. On the day, he had 7 targets. He had five balls caught on him 85 yards. That's just not going to cut it. That's the number one guy, man. And Bell struggled. I don't know whether to put it on Bell or put it on Eberflus, but why is he guarding J-Mo on crossing route?
Crossing route, man.
For the game. Like, why y'all don't got that figured out? All these corners on the field, why we don't got it figured out how we going to play it? If he come in tight, we don't got that in order. That's on Eberflus. It's on Bell because it's him, but man, I put it on one of them. I don't know. It's on somebody, man. But
yeah,
I tell you what, Skip, Diggs would have helped majorly. If Diggs was out there.
I knew you were gonna go there. Yeah.
He hit my. I was texting him on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. And he said, "Man, hopefully I'm back out there with the praying hands." I thought he was gonna play. I'm looking for him at the beginning of the game. No Diggs. Look at the damn result. But another thing I wanted to look at was Dan Campbell, man. I say, hey, Dan Campbell had his team ready to play, and he called a hell of a game, in my opinion, man. He came out, dropped 44 points. He got Gibbs the ball in space the entire game versus DBs, versus linebackers, versus whoever, man. On the first drive of the game, he came swing screen on third down. Boom, that hit for 20. Very next play, not on that 40, they in that shot zone, so you thinking shot, play action shot. That's what they do. Man, they run J-Mo in the deep corner. They run a deep dig by the receiver. St. Brown go to one flat. The other tight end go to the other flat. Give it to Gibbs right in the middle of the field. Solo, dolo. Let him make one move. That's another 25-yard chunk play. I just thought he just dialed it up, man. Great. Before the half, 2-minute drive before the half, man. He had some nice quick game concepts. Then he go take the shot, get the PI. He ran the ball real good, very effective in the red zone. Man, the play he drew up, the switch release, he drew up the Tesla. Let's attack the rookie. That was genius right there, man. I thought Dan Campbell he came ready to play. He had his guys ready to play.
Go, TJ.
Man, I'm in full agreement with Lee, man. That defense, I'm not even going to put it as much on the scheme. It was just the effort level. Like, the effort was not there, especially from the secondary. Bland, you got to be better. You just got a big check. I know you're coming off injury, but the main thing you do when the ball is completed is make the tackle. He was tripping all over his own feet.
All day.
All game long. It's like, bro, just settle down, make the tackle. Get your guy out of bounds. Third down, stop him before the sticks. He wasn't doing any of that. The tight end, Bell. Number one thing as a safety, you do not let receivers cross your face. We know that. Once the corner go high and let that go to you, you do not let him cross your face. He was letting him cross his face like he didn't know what route was coming. You didn't have to cover the deep route. You just got to take the crosser. Cut him off, make him go behind you, and make the quarterback make a fabulous throw to complete that ball. And then, like you said before, in space, Gibbs was killing them. The linebackers, they were playing too deep, a lot in that zone, and understandable, they didn't want to give up the big play. But this is a big game, man. This is everything on the line. You got to play tight, and you know who their number one weapon is, especially in certain situations. They want to give the ball to him in space. In Green Bay, they did a great job not allowing Gibbs to do that in space. They didn't watch the tape, obviously. The Cowboys did not watch no tape of what Green Bay did.
They didn't need tape. They were too good.
They were too good?
They
That's
had
what it was. They had it in the bag. They crowned him, and they came in and thought they was just going to get it done. And I can't even put it on the D front. You know, the D front did what they had to do. For the most part, they stopped the run. Montgomery had a couple runs, but Montgomery, he gonna do that. He's a toter. That's what he does. But eliminating that, you would think that the secondary would play better, knowing, especially in long down situations, what to do. And then again, special teams effort. You can't let the return come down near midfield. Every time you get a return, it's at the midfield. You're not a good defense. So at least special teams wise, you got to limit and shorten the field. You have to, or make the field long for your defense to go out there.
By the way, real quick, Detroit's average starting field position for the whole game was their 41-yard line. Their
Exactly.
41-yard line?
That's midfield.
I mean,
every time.
If you guys are playing defense, you're like, damn, it's again? You know, like we got to, it's almost like a short field, right?
Yeah, and you in field goal range automatically. At least kicking 60 on a weekly. On a weekly, they kicking 60. So I'm going to say the effort level, but one thing I kind of do want to put in the magnifying is the third and long that the offense kept being in. Every time you looked up, it was third and long, whether it was a penalty, whether it was almost a turnover by Dak throwing the laterals. Like every time you looked up in crucial downs, they were backed up to third and long. And that just comes down to discipline. All right, we got to be more disciplined on the offense. So whether it's a bad call or not from the rest, you got to be more disciplined. Now, I know you went up there and put almost 400 yards up, but in those situations, you got to be better offensively and in the red zone. I'll let you get to that, Skip. I know you're about to.
I'm about to. All right. So since you guys both brought it up, before I launch on this, let's go to the key defensive play of the night. We had cut it to 30-27, which I did not think we would do, but we did. And then all of a sudden, the big white lug for them who's returning kicks, I don't even know his name, Tom Kennedy. He's a former lacrosse star. I don't know. He's off their practice squad because they're so decimated.
Yeah, he was hitting it.
Yeah. So he returns it to the 41, and I'm like, what are you doing? But they give it to Gibbs, 2 yards. They give it to Gibbs for 2 yards. So it's 3rd and 6, and I'm thinking, if we get the ball back right now, I don't know. We just might go do something with it. 8.5 minutes left in the game, 30-27, 3rd and 6 at their 45. And all of a sudden, Jared Goff drops back, and I got to give him credit. This was his throw of the night. It's the deep cross to J-Mo. Deep cross. I didn't even know Marquise Bell was going to be in the game. I'm not sure why he was in the game. He's a backup safety. He's not very good. And he's on the fastest man on the field, because I think J-Mo's faster than Gibbs is, because he can just flat fly.
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
He definitely is.
All right. But the throw is on the button, and Marquise Bell's he's there. I mean, he was at least, but he was in the vicinity of him.
He was in frame.
And it's double jeopardy, because the ball is on the money for 29 big yards, and James Houston slaps at Jared Goff and hits him in the face mask, and they call roughing.
Yeah.
And it's a 44-yard play, and they got it 1st and 10 at the Cowboys' 13-yard line, and I'm saying, game over. You know, that's it.
They missed holding on that, too.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah,
well, then triple. Make it triple.
Quentin Williams was getting held.
Held on that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the point is, then they just go boom, boom, and score. Okay, you got me. So allow me to say one more time, my team that I've lived and died for since I was 10 years of age did it to me again. Even Jay Gruden predicted, he warned me, he said, you know, they have a long history of you put them up on the pedestal, and then they just fall on their face. And they got me again. Just when I thought I could trust Team Tease, because they're the all-time Tease, they teased me. They beat last year's Super Bowl teams fairly convincingly to me. And then that happened. And it was a disaster from the start. And yet I do have the greatest kicker in the history of football. And he goes 5 for 5 kicking field goals. And it's the wrong place, wrong time, because it's a touchdown exchanging game. You know, you got to trade touchdowns. You're not going to go to Detroit and win with 5 field goals. You're just, you're kidding yourself. But to Aqib's first point, The bottom line, or bottom of the barrel line to this whole night was Dan Campbell had his team readier to play than Brian Schottenheimer had his team ready to play. And here's the stat of the night for me. Dan Campbell's teams have now won 15 straight games, tying an all-time NFL record after a loss. 15 times after they lost a game, they have won a game. So they don't lose 2 in a row. And I should have known it. Silly me, stupid me. I should have just said, we're not going to be able to beat that team with that coach in that situation, having lost on Thanksgiving Day, obviously, to their arch rival from Green Bay. Just not going to happen. So not only were they ready to play from jump, but what shocked me was Amon-Ra St. Brown is their engine. He is their heart and their soul. He is their driving force of their whole football team. They go as he goes. Well, I figured he would try to go, but I just thought Amon-Ra St. Brown will be gimpy and limpy, and he'll try to push off, but he'll try to cut, and he'll sort of favor, and he'll wince and grimace, and he'll have a hard night. And I thought, he'll catch a couple of balls. What's Dan Campbell do? First down.
First pass.
Yeah, first pass. He just says, I'm going to my guy. And they go to their guy for 7 yards on Revel because they're going to pick on the kid. And by the way, Aqib, this was his 3rd NFL start. So, but Dan Campbell said, there, I'm going for 34.
Gotcha.
And he throws it to St. Brown, and the building ignites because it's like, wait, he looks like he's going 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I didn't see any problem. Did you? Did you see him favor his ankle at all?
Not at all. I thought he'd have a slight gimp. Them ankles is nothing to joke with.
Well, Aqib said it looked like high ankle. It looked like it turned that way.
I thought it was a high ankle because high got rolled, but there's no way in hell he had a high ankle sprain running like that.
No way.
No.
Because I'm talking about
medication.
1,000%, right?
Yeah.
He
He
looked
looked
like
100%.
he just looked like him.
Was he even hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they just deked us for the whole week. Maybe they just set us up. I don't know.
They
I definitely duped us.
My God. And to me, as I look back on it, seriously, the game feels like it was over after one play. After he did that and the building just erupts, it's inside, it's a dome, it's loud, it's crazy. I've been there a bunch of times. It's crazy in there, especially if their guy is back and catches the first ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up against that. But now there was one thing you guys did not mention. This was the glaring omission for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if you watch closely what happened against Kansas City on Thanksgiving, but Jadeveon Clowney took over the game for my defense. He looked like the first pick in the draft. He was flying all over the field. He led us in tackles in that game. He led us in sacks with 2. He led us in pressures with 4. And he only played 29 snaps, and yet somehow late in that game, under the radar, unbeknownst to me or anybody else, I guess he pulled his hamstring because he didn't practice. And then I thought, they're just saying that. They're just resting him in practice. He was inactive for the game. Well, he was everything. Against Patrick Mahomes, he had 2 sacks. Yeah. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, he led us in tackles. Micah, you'd have to go back to his rookie year to find a game where he led us in tackles and sacks because Micah just doesn't do that. He's not a big tackle guy. But Jadeveon was so athletic, number 42. He was all over the field against the Chiefs, and then he's inactive. Yeah. And all of a sudden, my whole defense looked inactive, right? Definitely. Because we got no pressure on Jared Goff. Jared Goff's a statue in the pocket. He's like a scarecrow. He just Micah does have Jared Goff's number, and he gets deer in headlights against Micah. Well, we didn't put any pressure on him. We had 1 sack the whole night. If you let Jared Goff just stand there in the pocket, he will shred you because Aqib knows him. I mean, he's very accurate if you let him get going. You just have to pressure him. We got no pressure.
And you didn't have to keep your running back in the chip and
not at all.
So it was
because they kept splitting Gibbs out.
Yeah, man.
Killing us.
That did kill y'all.
All right.
I thought the Cowboys got
decent.
Somewhat of some pressure in the first half. I thought it slowed down throughout the game.
Yeah.
But early they did pressure him, and I feel like that's why I was close.
Osa had 1 big one to start, and the defense held him to 3.
He threw a couple in the dirt, Skip. He threw a couple. He stepped up,
he
threw
definitely
in the dirt.
did.
Like,
They was on his butt.
Pressure early.
Yeah.
But as the game went on, you're right, it definitely dwindled away.
Okay, and speaking of pressure, they were all over Dak from moment one, and it shocked me because I thought, as you did, that the offensive line would be able to protect him against. Look, Schottenheimer made the excuse after the game. Well, we played 4 games in 18 days, and I don't want to hear it because Dan Campbell's team was decimated. The defensive backfield was decimated. The offensive line was decimated. So I don't want to hear any excuses like what happened to the offensive line. I don't know what happened because all of a sudden people are coming from everywhere and we can't block them. And Dak, that was, especially the first half, was bad Dak. It was reverting back to the guy that it was hard to love. That was the guy. He looked off balance. He was out of rhythm. He was off target. And especially trying to throw to CD in the first half, he missed him several times. And a couple of times, CD came back and caught balls that were underthrown. One time, CD broke open deep down the left side, and Dak threw it 5 yards out of bounds. And CD's showing him up, saying, no, I'm here, not out there. It's here. Yeah. And I'm just telling you, CD does not love Dak Prescott, and it reared its ugly head again last night for a while. And yet, we still hung in, and late in the first half, it's 17-6 at this point, and we come to a 4th down play. So it's 4th and 4 at their, at their 37-yard line. Okay, 4th and 4 at the 37. We're going to get the ball to start the second half. And Schottenheimer says, I'll take 3 here.
I was going to ask about this.
Yeah, okay, so this is pretty crucial because I'm okay with 3 as long as with 45 seconds left, you don't let them go cancel the 3 with the 3, right?
Out.
So
that was a huge drop.
It was huge
especially
because
with what your defense is doing. You're going to let them get the ball back?
Yeah, and so if you take 17-9 and you can take that into the locker room at halftime, I'm cool. Like, okay, I got you. But with 45 seconds left, it's just boom, 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 field goal, and all of a sudden it's 20-9, and it just feels like that was a bad idea. It feels like, well, you should have gone for it on 4th and 4 and tried to score 7 and tried to cut it to 17-13 at half, and then you'd be right in the game. Okay, so we didn't do that. We do get the ball back to start the second half. And what happens on the first throw of the second half?
Pick.
Pickens, all right? And okay, this is the problem.
The whole momentum.
And we're about to get to Richard Sherman was just scathing after the game. My friend Richard, we'll talk about this in a second, but scathing about George Pickens looking like he wasn't engaged in this game. And I was tweeting about it because that throw on that slant, which is his bread and butter that he's just killed everybody with, that kid, Amik Robertson, he's just like a backup corner. He does get his hand in, but Pickens does not attack the throw like a stud receiver. You just got to attack it. It's going to hit both your hands, and you have to catch it. You have to protect it from any hand coming in and popping it up in the air.
Put that Michael Irvin out there. You got to put shield the
your
defender.
Body. Yeah, you do. You got to shield.
Did we not see how Meek played that? Meek looked right at the quarterback.
And broke.
Red 3-step. He broke before Pickens broke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could say we won about the effort. Pickens did the same thing he always do. He run the slant. He went to go catch it with his hands.
It was a good play.
Amik Robinson made a hell of a fucking play. Like, let's give him his credit.
I give him credit.
It was a good play for sure, but you still, I think coming off the line, it could have been more burst from him, so it's not
But it's
easy
never
as a
like
read.
that, though. He always come off slow, then pop. He stick his foot in the ground. He always smooth and under control. Like, everybody reaching, bro. They have a bad game. You reaching. Just the type of guy he is. That's like me. They used to wait for me to get roasted so they could just reach. Oh, he's looking at the quarterback again. When he look at the quarterback, he take risks. Like, that's bullshit, bro. I'm doing the same thing I always do. Pickens doing the same thing he always do. They want him to run full speed on the dig. Well, he not supposed to run full speed on the dig. He let the clear out go, and then he running this dagger. He don't need a full speed dig. Like, Dak shouldn't have thrown it. It was a guy sitting right in the dig window. Dak shouldn't have thrown it. He did a great job breaking that pass up. Like, the only pass you can say he showed no effort was the deep ball that landed kind of close to him. But, like, bro, besides that, he got the double teams all day. Why you think CD was like this all day? Killing Reed because they left Reed by himself on CD, and you got me double? All right, bet. Let's let CD go to work. I'll do this all day long and let CD go to work. That's how their offense is built, bro. So, man, Sherm was reaching. I feel like Skip is reaching. Like, come on, man. Hey, wait for this guy to do one thing, and then we're going to attack him because of who he is. Like, come on, man. That's bullshit.
Well, unfortunately, George Pickens wasn't reaching because you just got to reach and snatch, man. You got to catch that ball.
You got. I mean, I ain't gonna say the whole game. But that was a good play on it, but that's a little ass corner. That's a little ass corner. You a big body receiver. In this situation, what's on the line?
I agree.
I think you just got to do a little bit more. You got to just can't do what you normally do.
As good as you can play it.
Nah, I don't think. Hell nah. I don't think he played that slant as good as he could have played it. You know why? Because he's such a better receiver. His hands and his awareness is top notch. So in that situation, the corner made a good play. Now I'm not saying it's the reason why I got picked off or none of that shit, but I think he could have made a better effort to go in. And maybe it was a bad pass by Dak, but sometimes you got to make them errors on your quarterback right.
It wasn't a bad pass.
I ain't say it was a bad pass, but I'm talking about the dig. That was a bad pass.
Not the slant. My bad.
The slant, he could have threw it. That's cover two. You could throw a slant versus cover two, but if that corner is on this film, he like, all right, I'm going to squeeze these slants in cover two and maybe be a little bit late if they bring something to the flat. Yeah. That's what Meek did, bro. He was looking right at there.
And he a good corner, too. He an aggressive, scrappy corner. Like, I give credit to Detroit corners. They play man all day. And I was expecting them like, hey, by the second half, they're going to get tired. They ain't man all day.
Remember, these are backups, too. They're backups. These aren't the starting corners.
Meek been in there all year.
He been in all year. I was going to say, he started to me.
Yeah.
And Reed been playing like a starter.
He started a bunch of games.
Yeah, they've been doing their thing at least the past few weeks. Like, they be right there. They just undersized. They're a little undersized.
Reed going to start. DJ Reed going to start with Arnold. That's their starters from day one. He a starter.
Okay, but the corners are all gone except Branch, and then he was gone for the. Yeah, I mean the safeties. Yes, the safeties are gone. Yeah, but okay, all right. So Pickens, for whatever reason, the ball pops in the air. They intercept. Sometimes it's just
you're not. Way. It's the bounce.
Pops the right way. Okay, pops
Nothing
right.
was really going your guys' way.
Nothing went our way, and all of a sudden they go boom, boom, score, and it's 27-9. Okay, this is where Dak is dangerous sometimes for the wrong reasons because he's like the master of garbage time, but he won't quit. He'll just keep firing.
The master of garbage time.
Well, he is.
He came right back. He came right back.
Never
over.
And he winds up throwing for almost 400 yards. Well, if you told me before the game Dak's going to throw for 400 yards, I'd say, thank you, God. We got this.
Yeah, you won.
Right?
Yeah.
You got me. But and we had more total yards than they did, and it didn't matter. And we still felt like we got blown out, 44-30. At least it wasn't as bad as last year at Jerry World. Detroit won 44-9. So we're getting better, right? Each year we get a little better.
Yeah, that left tackle, man. I'm gonna go back to earlier in the game where they were in the red zone in position to score a touchdown. One of their first drives, I think they was like 1-4 in the red zone at this time. The left tackle lead in running free. Like, you have one man outside of you. Why are you squeezing down? There's nobody over the top.
He just made a mistake.
Yeah, like you got to.
He's the backup, but he's played very well.
It wasn't like it was a blitz showing or nothing like that. It's a basic front.
Yeah.
You know you got a left man. That's the end. You got to take that. Okay. Dak just didn't feel comfortable all game.
All right. But then he got in rhythm, and all of a sudden we got back in the game.
And I thought after that you were like, we're flowing. This is it.
Except
I thought he was going to win the motherfucker.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So at this point, CD has caught 6 balls for 121 yards. And I've said this from the start. That's why I wore this jersey today. I got one baller on my team that I trust. And I know he dropped balls twice against Philadelphia, both games against Philadelphia. But CD Lamb, when it's time on the road in these games, he just balls out. And to me, he was the one who wanted the football. Throw it to me. I got this.
Yeah.
And then the irony was Dak actually threw him a good ball on the fade ball in the end zone, and I thought he should have caught it. But I have the highest regard, like my high expectations for CeeDee Lamb. And not only does he not control it to the ground, but weirdly, he pops the back of his head on the ground, and he acted like, I'm not concussed, but they told him, no, we got your helmet, you're going to the locker room, right?
Yeah.
And I think he wanted to go back in, but I guess he was concussed. Okay, so that's early third quarter. So now I've lost my one baller. And Pickens, for what we'll get deeper into this, but he's a little bit in and out. Maybe he's not as engaged as he usually is. Maybe he's just having not the best night. But all of a sudden, it's down to him and this kid Flournoy, who's pretty good.
Flournoy was kind of balling out.
Well, he caught a bunch of balls, right? What would he end up with? 9 for 115. That works, right?
And a touchdown.
And a TD.
Okay, but the only way we actually got back in the game was they completely busted on Flournoy. They just, nobody covered him. I don't know what they were doing, right?
They didn't expect him, yeah.
You want to talk about
It was
a
a
walk?
good look off about Dak. Whatever he did to look this way, it took the whole secondary.
Yeah, he held. They was in two man.
Yeah.
And he just held Branch, and he ran a double move, so he made Amit gonna guard the short routes because it's two man. If you run a hitch, I'm trying to pick it because I'm in two man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I got safety help, but whatever he had in the middle, Dak looked in that middle and held Branch and came back to it.
I think Branch tried to make one of them J.C. Horn plays.
He did.
And,
Yeah.
and he was assed out.
Yeah.
You know?
Amit did a better job than me because I'd have been like this. Like, what the fuck is you doing? He just jogged off, and you really couldn't tell if it was his fault or Branch's fault. But for sure it was Branch.
Okay. So we cut it to 30-27, and I'm still thinking, no, there's no way we can stop them because we hadn't stopped them all night.
Yep.
And then 3rd and 6 happened, and that's ball game.
What about the Ferguson OPI?
I almost pulled that clip for you guys because I was like, that.
I think
was
his head
not
got
an
caught.
OPI.
I don't think he pulled him, Lee.
He didn't even
I think
get
he
caught.
got
He
caught
pulled
on
up.
just the swim. You know what I'm saying? And that bottom of that jersey got caught.
You agree with the call?
He grabbed his whole black shirt
No.
and sprung him. Look, go watch the play before. His shirt is intact. The next play, his whole shirt is ripped,
But
bro.
bro was holding him all game long. He was holding him on the hip every time Ferguson ran that route.
They called pass interference on.
So they should have called it that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Right.
linebacker.
Yeah.
47.
Yeah, 43 is it?
Bro, Ferguson grabbed him like this and pulled him like this. Like, bro, you can't do that. Like, I thought it was a good call, bro.
I thought it was.
I didn't think it was that much. I think Brett was out of control anyway.
Twitter was up in arms about that, and
Brett was out of
everybody's like,
control.
that was not a good
That
call.
linebacker can't cover. He can't cover nothing. Now he was doing that all game.
That is true.
But Ferguson was up and down all game anyway. He fumbled, then he got a big catch.
Remember,
I know if a tight end came and went outside, grabbed you by your jersey and pulled you like this, bub. And
I wouldn't get the damn call. I wouldn't get the call. Hey, look, I want them to treat them like they treat me. Treat them like they treat me. Don't give them that call.
Akib, I thought it was just a swim move. He just swam past him. He didn't grab him and yank him.
No.
You can see, you look closely. See, I was here watching it on this 150 inch.
150
I was in here in the theater room on this 150 inch. You can see his whole sleeve is ripped. He ripped
his sleeve. Oh, okay.
Like, come on, bro, you can see it. I rewound it. Let me see if his sleeve ripped before that.
It looked like it caught him under that jersey. Like he got two fingers under that jersey right here.
No, it looked like he made a good move, swam under him. I don't know, Lee.
But I'm not going to fight hard on this one because even if we get that call favorably, I don't think we're going to win the game. So it didn't decide.
Oh, no, you had the PI that would have put you in the red zone that canceled out. So that gives you a touchdown opportunity right there. I think that changed the game immensely.
Do you?
Yeah, for sure. Because if you
I
get in
still
and go
don't think we
7
could
right
have
there,
stopped them.
it's a
I just
chance.
think they were going to go
If you
score.
put it like that, you're damn right. You can't stop nobody. You couldn't stop a cold.
And to your point, Jake Ferguson, all told, had a bad night because he did fumble on 3rd and 21, trying to fight for 2 more yards when he wasn't even going to get close.
3rd and 82.
Yeah, right. It was 3rd and 82, and then he gets illegal hands to the face on a deep throw to Pickens, where Pickens got the flag, and we're going to be 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, right? Okay, so I don't know. From the start, not meant to be. From the start, we weren't ready. They were ready. I honor Dan Campbell. He's just really in that situation. I should learn my lesson. Don't bet against Dan Campbell like that.
Yeah.
After a loss.
Yeah.
After a loss, they got like 15 games.
That's what it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I do want to dive more into Pickens because